People are really psychopaths. They're really insane and crazy. They're lunatics. I thought this was the most wholesome thing I've done in my life. I was like, you know what? I'm going to share it with my audience because I think it's good to share certain things in the sense of normalizing, good behaviors and good interactions with your children. That's just what I honestly think. I don't want necessarily want my daughters to be like YouTubers or movie stars. I just want them to be whatever they want to be. But, capturing it and letting people see it, I just give them a little inside view of, my life. Bro, I have to read this comment to you guys. I saw this and I was like, I'm just doing a video on it because I can't even believe it. So this video of me homeschooling it. So I'm not even really homeschooling. I'm just connecting with, my daughter. This isn't when we do homeschool our children, right? But we're just connecting, vibing out, and then you can learn though in the process, right? I'll play just a second of it so you guys can see it, but for context. But tell me, look at this, look at this, look at this. I dislike homeschooling so much, I'm unsubscribing. This made my Saturday. Okay, so these are great, but I wanted to highlight the crazy ones first, and then we'll go over the good ones. So, this one, I dislike homeschooling so much, I'm unsubscribing. Rap and crack cocaine came out the same time, and both are and have been a scourge in America. A scourge. I believe that means it's uh, basically it's dissing, like it's a bad thing, right? It's a dark thing. It's a bad thing. I can't think of the definition. Like I'm not like this crazy, but I thought those two statements, comments alone on a video that I did. I'm gonna play this for. I'm gonna play some of this, and we're gonna go through the good comments at the end and end on a great note and give a shout out to the people who are showing positive vibes and rocking with your boy. But I just couldn't believe that people would post this. And this is where I have to really examine how much of my personal life do I put out there? Because I pretty much put everything out there. And I'm okay with this criticism for myself personally. But when they start criticizing my family, I can deal with it. But it's like they're not signing up for that. Do you know what I mean? They're not signing up for that. And even though it wasn't a criticism, it's a criticism of my parenting for sure, the homeschool one. Anyway, watch this. This is just an example of what this video is about.
I can't be anything, can I?
Yes, you can be whatever you want to be. Yeah, you got to put your
Can I
mind
be
to it,
an
honestly.
artist? Can I be an artist? But seriously, for real.
For real, you're already an artist because you're drawing on the artboard. It's just a different level, but yo, that's what the art's for. You put your passions and emotions on out. You tell yourself how you feel and then you draw it on out. See, it's just a form of expression. You're expressing yourself through art, through the things you draw. Yo, don't question yourself.
I mean, you guys get the picture.
Drawing.
So me and her are drawing. I told my daughter that it's really important to create more than you consume, meaning that every day she needs to hit her arts and crafts table and create something, draw something, build something, build something with her toys. She has to create more than she consumes on her iPad or the television. And I just try to instill that in her because it's a new era where we could get sucked into the technology. I just think it's important. So we're drawing together. It's a sunny day. Summer's, on its way out. So why not draw outside? So then I just start playing beats. And my natural inclination is just to freestyle, right? And the issue I have with people who always want to diss rap, especially in this format, because I didn't cuss once, I didn't say anything bad. What is the difference? So a producer went and played keys and chopped up samples to make these beats. what is the difference from, let's say, and I know I'm not Bob Dylan. I'm not trying to compare myself to a great. Well, what's the difference between Bob Dylan playing, just strumming, catching a beat, catching a vibe, and kind of doing some improv of his poetry? There's no difference, dog. And even like, I get it. He's an icon, he's a legend. But to create, you get in these moments where, because I'm learning about all this rock stuff on my channel, and you literally will read the blurbs like, oh, this song came from a jam session. A jam session. And that's what this was. Me just playing instrumentals and jamming out with my daughter, freestyling about what we're doing in real time. So I'm utilizing rhythm, flow, rhyme, and poetry to communicate with my daughter in a like we're talking through it and drawing at the same time, and she's learning, right? Because I'm able to put the words together in the moment, but teach her things. And I just, look, I didn't grow up with this. My dad wasn't a musician or a rapper or a poet. He didn't even really like, hey, son, check out this record. I like this group for this. Never. So I don't know. I think it's an important time. It means a lot to me. But this has only been out 2 hours, and the majority of the comments are good. But to see one of the comments say, I dislike homeschooling so much, I'm unsubscribing. Like, bro, I was homeschooled, y'all. I was homeschooled the beginning of my whole life. Like, so you liked my channel enough to subscribe, but not know that I've been homeschooled. This is one of the reasons I don't know all this music like that. My life is so strange, dog, because I went to public schools as well. I went to a couple private schools, but not like uppity private schools because I got in trouble in public school. I just had a really unique life and upbringing. But yeah, I was homeschooled the whole majority of the beginning of my life. My mom homeschooled me. So inadvertently, you were attracted to content from a person who's been homeschooled the beginning of his life. But I don't even understand why people hate homeschooling. I don't get it. Families and parents hanging out with their kids, teaching them firsthand. What? Anyways, so I thought that. So that's when I was just like, look, I just want to talk about this. This is actually taking from my music reactions today because I was so unbelievable to read. And not because it's because of what it's posted on. You could have posted this on any of my reactions with just me, and I'd be like, yeah, I get it. You can't please everyone, which you can't. But you really took the time to write this on a video of me bonding with my daughter in probably one of the most precious ways possible. What's happening, you guys? What's happening to this world? Again, it's only 2. We're going to go over all the hot ones. But this one, too, got me. Rap and crack cocaine came out the same time, and both are and have been a scourge in America. Okay. You know that rap music is the child literally is the child of all the music you know and love, right? Like, whether you want to believe it or not, you can hate on it as much as you want. You can hate rap music to your core, but it is the offspring of what came before it. Straight up. You know, the rap rock fusion with Aerosmith and Run DMC, where do you think that came from, right? Aerosmith literally did tracks with Run DMC. Literally, rap music is the offspring of your classic music. And so you're just like, nah, I don't like this child. Like, you can't stop nature, dog, from creating and birthing new things, even if you dislike it. I don't even like rap music that much these days. I don't like current rap at all. But it still doesn't detract from the fact that it's a piece of music. It's just what it is. Oh, it's wild. I'm not going to sit here and defend rap every damn video. I don't even know what channel this is going to be on. Unbelievable. Unbelievable. Anyways, let's go over the comments that were super cool and, show love. Actually, let's refresh and see if we got any new comments. I just was surprised.
For real, you're already.
One, I don't imagine, like, these videos don't get a lot of views. You know what I'm saying? Like, this is just like something. It's also a time capsule. Like, One day I'm going to be taking my daughter to get her driver's license, and I can go back and look at this video and just tear up and just be like, damn, I miss those days. You know, that's what these are here for, really. Maybe I should just leave them unlisted and just watch them, for myself. I like to let people see, you know, I'm proud of my family, man. You want to show them off. But, anyways, let's go over all of these so you can see the ratio of real people and cool people. Because these people who posted this could just be trolls. Sometimes I don't think they trolls, though. I really don't. I'm like, because I have a unique audience, but they could just be trolls. Anyways, love it. Props on being a good dad. It's awesome. Thank you so much. Bear me bones. I dislike homeschooling so much, I'm unsubscribing. So, PFO 1674. Um, there, that's funny. Okay, this made my Saturday. Thank you for this. Your daughter is adorable. By Robert, what is that? Robert Thole 695. Marcus Aurelius, of course. Rap and crack cocaine came out at the same time, and both are and have been a scourge in America. Ha ha ha. This made my, and I'm not arguing that there aren't forms of rap music that have been a scourge. And there's a huge scourge with current rap, and it's not helpful to cultures in general, in my positioning. I actually agree with that. But there was actually a lot of rap that came out and changed the landscape of the way people process certain things. People forget that there's a lot of conscious, positive rap music. And, just like your beloved rock music, it got freaking diluted because of corporations and record labels and turned to the bullshit we hear now. Yeah, you remember when punk rock and had this sound? Remember that song Spirit of the Radio that Rush did and kind of broke down the concept of when radio was pure and how it's been corrupted into the bullshit it is now? Yeah, it did that with rap too, and that's what you hear these days. But the inception of rap and hip hop was very conscious, very anti establishment. It was very music that was put there to awaken people. But you forget about that because it's been transformed into a formulaic, nonsensical music. Uh, you know, there's a lot of things. But anyways, let's keep it moving. Ba 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 ba. Which one did I? Okay. Mr. Thaddeus. This made my day, my dude. This is the love every family should be engaged in. I love spending time with my two kiddos. Heck yeah. Um, Sylvester, that's a long name. Very nice familia. I miss my children being this age. Love that you're spending quality time with your daughter. You hear it a lot, but it really does go fast, bro. Team scare. I realize that. That's why I really try to put the time in. Heart, 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 heart. Kitten Naboo. Da, 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 da. This is so refreshing to see, especially when it seems like people get caught up with their own day-to-day lives and forget what's most important in life. These times will make for great memories for her. Heck yeah, love it. Terry, she is so adorable. Thank you. She really is. This is great. Every parent should be like this, spending quality time for real. I wouldn't say that, you know what I'm saying? I'll accept the compliment. I'm not like, I don't know. Uh, Twist Fire 74. She absolutely loves her dad. Hanging with you, she's going to have mad freestyle skills. This is what I'm talking about. I absolutely love this. She's so beautiful. Also good at freestyle. You know what's funny? It's like people don't understand like the things she's learning about potentially being in the moment and thinking quickly in a moment by being able to put words that rhyme together. Also, just because your impression of rap is certain things, they act like you can't help develop or create the outlier, right? The person who put a rap or a rhyme together that helped change the world for the better. And then when I think about all the rhyme schemes and rhymes and raps that I've heard within the classic rock and country music that I react to. Also, I noticed that some of the same people who disrespect and disregard rap music love rap rock, and they'll worship rap rock and even country rap, but because it's rap coming from my side of the tracks, they disrespect it and disregard it, when literally the reason a lot of these rap rock guys got their whole thing, you know, and even the country rap guys, is because of rap. They're all influenced and inspired by some of rap's elite. So I think it's funny. I don't know. I just wanted to go on a rant. You know what I mean? Um, yeah, I wanted to go on a rant. I needed to go on a rant because this is just, people are psychopaths. People are psychopaths. Anyways, this part of the video is going to stop right here, right now, because I'm going to put this one on my main channel. Now I'm about to yap and rant just a little bit longer and put this unedited version on my second channel. Because I'm like, bro, these people are wild. So thank you for listening. Like, share, comment, subscribe. And I do appreciate the support. And I realize that everyone who is kind, and that outweighs the negative and hate. So thank you. Now, to keep the rant going, I think I wanted to rant and just get it out. It doesn't affect me personally. I don't feel some emotional type of connection to these type of engagements, and it doesn't hurt my feelings. I really just assess where people are at. And you know what? It's kind of good that I get these type of comments, because the more I get them, the more I get used to them and become bulletproof and numb to these concepts and stupid comments from low. I'm not going to say low IQ people, because it's not worth going down to that level. And I can't sit up here and act like I'm some like scholastic, scholar. I'm the leader of the minds. I went to school of the minds and I won 50 spelling bees and I'm so great at mathematics and I'm damn near a scientist, because that's definitely not me. I think people tune in because of my human qualities, which when I first started this channel, I was a little bit, my main channel. When I first started my main channel, I was a little bit vulnerable about, because I did see people who went to college and who could break bars down better than me and were super, but I just kept showing up and bringing what I brought to the table, and people started appreciating that. And I appreciate those people the most, because I try to give you my human experience. And a lot of my knowledge and wisdom has come from lived experience versus academic experience, right? My logic, my reasoning, my talking points, the way I view the world, the way I raise my children have come from lived experience versus my my academic experiences. I barely graduated high school. You know what I'm saying? So I just really appreciate the people who tap in, and even the people who are tapping and hating. This isn't to get less people to hate. I'm just calling it out like, yo, that's wild. People are really crazy and in a dark place, but it's good to see, and it helps me. I'm not going to lie. Like, being a public figure, you have to be able to take these type of criticisms and things that people are going to say, regardless. And I can do that. But it does make me question. It's like, man, how much of your family do you put on the internet? Like, I don't have to. Like, my wife likes doing reactions with me, and the people love when she jumps on the channel. But there's a handful of people who say things out of pocket, but she's an adult. She can take it, But my kids, I don't know. But the world is a cold place. And, I don't know. It definitely makes you think. It makes you think. You start to realize that the world is colder and can be darker than even you believe. Because when I release a video like this, I never in a million years thought there would be one negative comment, I didn't make it to be like, oh, blah, blah, blah. But it was just, I was like, oh, man, this was a really cool interaction. I'm going to share this with the world, because I think it's important for fathers to bond with their kids in the best way they know how. You see, like, this is my element. I write rap songs, and I found a way to bond with my child in a way that isn't, like, I'm not saying explicit lyrics. Like, it's a very family oriented way to bond with my child. And I just think it's dope. And I think fathers, whether you're doing martial arts, showing them how to do construction, building something, teaching them how to cook, teaching them even with like doing firearms training, I'm cool with that. If that's your thing and you're just sharing it with your child, like, hey, this is what I'm good at, I think that's a great thing. And that's all I wanted to represent was a bonding moment with my child. And I got to reconsider, the direction there. My buddy, he's on the screen right now, actually, right here, Anthony Ray. Even when we were in Europe and I was doing my vlogs, we were eating at a spot and his children were there. He's like, they cannot be in this video at all, And I was like, oh, absolutely, totally respect, brother. I get it. And I think about the way he approaches it, where it's like his family, he will not allow any of his family be. It's like, yo, this is me. And, sometimes I'm like, am I being selfish? I really, those comments help me, also think deeply about, hey, I got to think about this a little more as, they're not signing up to be in the public light. Well, my daughter, actually, she is. I don't know, man. So before I get out of here, for context, my first show she ever been to was my album release party because my wife wanted to go to it. And I think she was probably maybe 2 or 3 at the time. And she ran on stage and she was just playing with like this volleyball the whole time I performed. And then my last show I brought her to, which there's a vlog on my main channel. It's like we made history at the Ford Amphitheater. You can check it out. She wanted to go on stage. She's like, no, I'm here to go on stage. Like my wife is like, yeah, we're here to watch daddy perform. She's like, no, I'm going on stage. I was like, what do you mean? She's like, I want to go on stage. I want to dance on stage and throw my hands up and see the crowd. And I was like, that's just crazy to me, you guys, because she's the total polar opposite. I was so shy at her age. I was deathly shy, even until my teenage years. There's no getting me on a stage and addressing a crowd, getting on a mic, throwing my hands up, dancing. She's just different, and I love her for it. This is my little ray of sunshine, and she's just all for it. And maybe because I exposed it to her early, but it's just kids have a nature, is what I've noticed. Because my wife used to do daycare, and every child she watched had a different nature, and I was just super shy from the inception when I was young. The opposite of what I am now. I had to grow into my persona, my personality, being on stage, doing all these things. Dawn is a big credit to that, getting me to freestyle rap at parties when I was so scared and frightened of it, when I was about 17 and 18. So that's when 17 is actually when I think I started coming out of my shell and started freestyling at parties. And I was still shy at some capacity, a little reserved when communicating with people in comparison to where I'm at now. But anyways, now I'm just rambling. I'm a rambling man. But that's the story. People are crazy. People are freaking crazy. And I don't know what to say, but I'll catch you guys later.
City boy! City boy!